Friction is a force that restricts or stops the movement of two solid objects sliding along each other. The force of friction acts in the opposite direction of a moving object. When two or more objects rub against each other, they cause friction when they touch. Friction is a force that holds back the movement of a sliding object. Liquid makes the surface smoother and the friction a lot less. Less friction means it's harder to stop. The low friction thing happens to cars when it rains. The first example is walking. Friction can be a useful force because it prevents our shoes slipping on the pavement when we walk and stops car tires skidding on the road. When you walk, friction is caused between the tread on the shoes of the ground. This friction acts to grip the ground and prevent sliding. When we walk or run, we apply a pushing force against the ground. The ground applies an equal and opposite reaction force on us. The static friction force that the ground applies to the person propels the person forward, and is equal and opposite to parallel force and the person applies to the ground. The second example is writing. A ballpoint is potential energy because it will not move without the hand moving it. It has a potential to write, but no force to make it work, so it is the only potential. Once your hand starts to move the pen, the energy now is considered mechanical energy because the potential energy that the pen had before writing is now being used when your hand puts the pen into motion and the ink starts to write on the paper. When writing with a pencil, friction is helping you get something done. It rubs off lead particles, which make your writing or your picture visible. You can decrease the amount of friction by sharpening your pencil. This lessens the amount of one of the two rubbing surfaces. The third example is rubbing your hand. When you rub your hand together in the action of scraping the surface of the skin, back and forth against each other causes the molecule in your skin to move a little faster. When you rub your hands together, there is skin friction, covering the kinetic energy when you rub your hands to heat energy, which is transferred to your hands, keeping them warm. Potential energy to mechanic energy to heat energy. Heat is created when friction of your hands rubbing together making heat.